severe headache all day. I was a bit doubtful whether I'd be able to make it to the base camp or whether I'll have to return halfway.
You can come as far as here. It's better for you to go back. Don't push your limit.
See these 9 faces carefully. Our finalists for the Kingfisher Blue Mile. They have been braving the weather and overcoming their fears to reach the base of the world's tallest mountain. 10 दिन पैदल चलने के बाद आज ये 9 शुरू करेंगे वो final journey which will take them to the destination that they set out for, the base of Mount Everest.
Finally happening. We've made it till here. All of us have made it till here, and I can tell you it's been quite a feat for each one of the Blue Mile trekkers. I can't explain the high right now, and no, I'm not talking about high altitude. ये एक incredible experience रहा है हम सब के लिए. In fact, overwhelming.
The altitude is increasing. The temperatures dropping. The challenges are getting tougher. Flocked together, the dream team continues to brave it on with Gul Panag in the lead. Gorakshep to Everest Base Camp may be a distance of just 4 kilometers. लेकिन ये प्लेन्स में जॉगिंग जैसा नहीं है. आज के ट्रैक की शुरुआत हुई है 17,000 फीट से. So 1 kilometer for every 1 hour is the best that they can do. This is the dream that the 9 of them set out for. And today is the day to be mentally and physically at their best.
I've always been spiritually inclined and a little bit of an ashram junkie, and I always used to study the works of our ancient yogis. Most of them consider these peaks not as inanimate objects but as living centers, living energy centers, as mother goddesses. So for me these are pilgrimages going to the mountains.
And the highest of them all, Mount Everest. For some, इसकी छाया में ही चलना is a blessing in itself. But these conditions aren't easy on your body and mind.
It was kind of very difficult at that point in time, and had it not been for for Fubatai, as we call him, when I fainted just on the rocks before we turned towards EBC.
Take some rest, Ankit.
I probably wouldn't have been here saying this. So I mean, I owe him a lot in sense of the right time that he was there with me.
It is Ankit's first trek, from what he told me, and we could all see that he had a hard time pulling it through.
When I was actually adamant that despite fainting for a bit, I want to still go to base camp.
It's very nearby from just an hour.
No. From here, no.
An hour makes a lot of difference.
Furbata will convince me that it's not worth the risk. It's your life, it's in question. You can always come back to base camp again later, but doing it now and probably risking your life, that's just not the right decision. And while I was still adamant, he convinced me otherwise. In the hindsight, it seems like the right decision to have made.
Don't push your limits.
No, he said if I walk okay up till the group, I should be okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just still here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you run out of all the energy when you go up, you gotta think about your way back. Okay?
Halfway through from Gorakshek towards EBC, when he said, sorry guys, I don't think I'll be able to make it, I felt really bad because, like I said, no man left alone, left behind, and unfortunately he was. So yeah, that was a very sad moment for me.
तू भी आ रहा साथ में? यहीं रुक रहा है? किसके साथ? दावा के साथ? कोई दिक्कत नहीं, टेंशन नहीं।
Ankit has spent the past 10 days on foot, going against all odds to be able to reach this point with the rest of the team. He is just 1 hour away from the base camp. But in these mountains, it's a matter of life and death. 1 hour going up means 4 hours going back. And that's not a risk he will be allowed to take.
When you're walking, when you're trekking up, and you think too much about how much your lungs hurt, how much you can't breathe properly, your head's hurting, all these things get magnified and they start happening with the twice the same effect. And that's how, in a way, altitude gets to you. This is not a one-time sport. Trekking, you have to dedicate, a long period of time to thinking about it and then to doing it. And it's not very easy. It's not as easy as bungee jumping or something like that, because you have to keep and maintain that mental and physical fitness for a long period of time. When the time came to make the decision on the last day, when we were on the way to base camp, and Ankit decided to return, I think it was a wise decision.
I've never done what I was told.
The one thing that I really want to say is I'm really sorry to have taken this trip 10 days or a week before the wedding. To my dad, who's like, if you're taking this, you better make it. I mean, it was not a warning as such, but he was really hoping that I'd make it. He seemed to take a lot of pride in it, and Dad, I'm really sorry I couldn't. But I hope you know that I made the right decision.
Out of the blue, among the gentle heading sea.
So the 4 kilometers in 4 hours with a kilometer every hour may sound really slow and simple, but when you throw in an ascent like that, which according to my watch is about 600 odd feet, it's not that easy, and we're only halfway through.
When I got to know about Kingfisher Blue Mile as one of the winners, the first thing came to my mind is I think I should escape this and say that I would not be able to make it.
Because of the support from the team members, it becomes very easy for someone who's very slow as well to reach something that I had thought about.
So close, yet so far. The trekkers will not be allowed to camp at the Everest base camp. That privilege is reserved only for the climbers attempting to summit this mighty mountain. This also means that they need to walk back the 4 hours, making it a total of 8-hour walk just today.
As a climber, of course, when I saw the Khumbu ice fall and we saw 2 avalanches falling down, my climber instinct came back on, and I was thinking, okay, so the hanging glacier fell, and if I were at that place, then what would have been my escape route if I had a chance to escape? And I started thinking in terms of climbing, absolutely, and all I was thinking of was being on the mountain on my own, trying to climb it, because that's what I like to do.
Excited to reach first, like at least I was the first one in the Blue Mile team to reach first, if not the first person to reach the EBC first.
The first reaction of mine was just wow.
For me, reaching the base camp had been a desire for a long time, and finally it was the day when it all came true.
We didn't realize we were actually there. I mean, halfway to the top of the world.
It's a slight moment of disappointment because that's the ending of a dream that you held, that you held on for so long. It's also a very pleasurable moment because it says now there are so many other things to look forward to in life.
I felt so much at peace over there. I meditated for a good half an hour, and I felt so much at peace at that point.
When I went to EBC and I could see that Everest is right there, I was like, one day, for sure.
8 of them physically made it, but all 9 are here in spirit.
Uncle! This is for you, buddy! Everest Base Camp!
Finally, the moment that they all set out for is here.
Everest Base Camp ಬರೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂಥರ ಲೈಫ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಗುರು. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
Everest Base Camp મારી માટે હતું. ભાંગી નાખું, ભૂક્કો કરી નાખું, તોડી નાખું.
The Everest Base Camp trek has been a dream come true for me.
ഈ എവറസ്റ്റ് മലയുടെ താഴ്വരയിൽ എത്തിപ്പെടാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത് എൻ്റെ ജീവിതത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഒരു നേട്ടമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ കരുതുന്നു. അതിനെനിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സഹായം എനിക്ക് അതിന് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സപ്പോർട്ട് തന്ന എൻ്റെ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് ഞാനിത് സമർപ്പിക്കും.
Everest Base Camp આવવાનું મમ્મા ડેડી જીગી તમારી માટે છે.
It's the best way to feel alive and to know where you stand in front of Mother Nature.
Kubleshibon ya baro kiblayarap yawan pois to Everest Base Camp. Hoy koo!
अब जी एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप तो पहुंच गए हम, और वो जो एवरेस्ट का समिट है ना वो भी ज्यादा दूर नहीं है. अब अगली बार आके सीधा वहीं खड़े होंगे.
Most people think that the climb, the ascent is the hard part, but let me tell you, the descent is equally challenging and very, very tough. And remember, going up is optional, coming down is mandatory.